Growing up in that point, I was like middle class area that was pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? Going home, but then like on a weekend, my mom literally to give me that black experience would drop me off at my cousin's house or, make me stay right there on Maston and Eaton and people in Buffalo. If y'all watch this, y'all know exactly what block that is. Maston and Eaton, East Side Food Belt every fucking weekend. And she thought I was just getting, hanging around some better black kids that were, different. Nah, man, I was in the hood. We was in the hood. Like we was heavy with it. You know what I mean? These are the church friends. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom did not, she wasn't going to the average church. She would go to the black church in the hood of the hood spots. So I kind of commend her for that because then it gives you that upbringing. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a lot that she don't know about. I've been with a lot. Like you said, in the choir. Same time, I got people in the choir. I got one dude in the choir. He was in the choir with me. He's doing life right now. You know what I'm saying? Like lockdown life, not getting out ever. So things like that happen too, right? I mean, he was right next to best friend. I have a Bible with him signing it, to my man TJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man.
That's serious. Definitely. I know Montreal has its stuff. Definitely not like my version of Montreal. That's the way I can frame it.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with anything quite like that, but it's a powerful context. I mean, here's the thing: like, you listen to the toot 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 on a Griselda record today, and you're like, we're playing fucking basketball, ducking gunshots when I'm 13, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why West Side might be
I
like.
mean, I'm gonna tell you like this: like Buffalo is a city that we are not proud of being, a crazy ass fucking city. However, you know what I mean? It's kind of refreshing to see rappers like Westside come out and open up that, put that hourglass on and say, let me introduce y'all because let me tell you something. He knows too. Like right this year has been a tough year. It's getting worse, obviously, but it's gotten. I mean, I grew up in some tough times. It has gotten a lot better than what it used to be when even me and him and Westside were all the same age. Like Benny, we're all the same age, right? Like that late, like little 80s babies and shit. Like it used to be worse, man. It used to be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it was for real. It was serious in Buffalo. And there was times where, luckily our church was off limits in the streets. Like nobody was like messing with the fucking church or the school Hutch Tech across the street. But then literally down the block, not even, I'd say, man, you can probably walk there in less than 30 seconds. There's an all girls teenage jail. And it's like spray painted up, barbed wire. It's like the worst of the worst females that are in here, like locked away, like juvenile, talking like 13-year-old females that are killed or done crazy shit. And then literally up the street is the Johnny B. Wiley Stadium, but that was the AKA the rock pile where the Buffalo Bills used to play their first football games, like literally, and now turned into just basketball courts. At that time, it was hood. It was just like brick households, spray paint. Like it was like we was in there sometimes playing ball in those courts and like had to like really do a sweep of like needles and or like there might be some bags or literally like dog out there playing. I remember one time we were playing 21 and like a bunch of us was out there and shots rang pretty close and but nobody won the game 21 yet. So we kind of like checked in like ducked and waited and we see people running and then we just all right, now finish that shit up. Come on, boom. Like we just finished it up. And literally we don't know somebody could have got clapped a little bit, for us, but we just were so used to it. It's not really a thing to be proud of. It's just that's what it was, man. In the States, is a lot of cities like that, but Buffalo is pretty serious because we're small too. Like you can get to the west and the east so quickly. So that's beef. They will find you and they'll handle it very quickly. And there's a lot of internal jungle justice. Ain't nobody snitching, so cops can't really solve nothing. So I mean, I've heard of things like that guy got hit and then he got hit, and then he like it was just a back and forth. And the cops came and stopped it because anybody saying nothing. So you get caught in those crossfires. I used to pray for my mom every time. She'd go to choir rehearsal and Bible study on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. And you know what I mean? And she's a lady walking through the parking lot in the middle of the fucking night. Like I used to be like, what is this really worth you going to fucking, you know what I mean? To go see God in the middle of the east side off Grata Street. You know what I mean? Like these are streets that these dudes talk about. Fucking Conway's from Mayblock off of Walden. That's literally east side, not too far from Cheektowaga, and it's a very dangerous area, man. You know, I mean, it's just like you can't walk around. Like you walk around, you're not known. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see some shit, feel some shit gonna happen to you possibly. You know, so what they're talking about is real, but it's not like we brag about it like that. You know what I mean? We don't really be, oh, I'm Buffalo, I'm hard. Like we just like it's not cool to have more murders than Toronto. You understand? That's the funny thing about it. I put that out there right now. A lot of people in Toronto, you guys look at the murder rate. And we have almost 300,000 to a million people, and y'all got 10 million. And how do we outdo y'all in the murder rate? That's a bad city. It's a very dangerous city. So, and that's nothing compared to like any other ones that are bigger. It's just, I mean, ask the FBI. They said it. Buffalo was one of the most dangerous cities. It was like third last year. Trenton, New Jersey, and I think somewhere else was another one. But Buffalo was right there. And you would never think about it. But come on, like, you know, I've seen it. I've felt it. I've millions of stories I can tell you about shit happening there. But it molds you into a person and you speak about that in your music, you know what
Yeah, that's big, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
I'm
Like,
saying?
I
Sure.
don't know. I'm a firm believer that, well, it's called Bridge the Gap because of that. It's like, not everyone is going to know what that experience is even remotely like. That was like heavy, you know, just to
Yeah,
like listen to.
yeah. It
But
was
like it just
yeah, go
adds
ahead.
weight because you know a lot of people might listen to that and then like mimic
Hmm.
it without fully understanding what's going on. And then when
Yeah,
it's like you have a choice not to, and then you choose to
yeah.
maybe pursue it, whereas like yo, you're playing basketball, somebody's getting shot at, and then you just say whatever and finish the game.
I
That's
mean,
that's
yeah.
a big reality. That's all. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's a heavy big reality.
It's yo, it was just like, I mean, dog, I mean, there was one point I remember somebody getting clapped up the street, um, and the body just lay there in the middle of the street for like 6 hours in broad day. Like the people had called the ambulance, called the cops to come over, they just didn't come.
Wow.
So he just laid there. You know what I'm saying? Or like, um, I mean, being in the City Grill, which is a downtown right off Chippewa Street, which is with the City Grill incident. And I mean, this was a situation that was sad because if four people get shot in Buffalo, you probably know one of them. That's how the city works, right? So this one day, this dude literally in one party spazzed out, shot 9 people, and killed 7. Um, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, one of them just happened to be a female that was walking across the street. He just happened to look over there, was watching, just paused, and he saw her looking and shot. Now, how Buffalo operates, he left. They went on a crazy manhunt, whatever. I think he turns himself in a week later at the news station because he clearly was like he was just a drunk fuck. I mean, they found the gun, all that shit. He had went down to North Carolina, but the person that drove him down to North Carolina was one of his boys from Buffalo. They shot him right in front of his mother. Like they didn't play. Like Buffalo doesn't play around with that shit. There's a lot of jungle justice that happens in the area, which we call jungle justice, which is like we'll just handle it ourselves. You kind of crime is kind of crazy, you might just handle it. That's it. So is it like a city that's really scary? No, because at the same time, we're not trying to just proactively scare people from there. You know what I'm saying? Like you come around there, ooh, boogie boogie, nah, man. You might have the homies actually look out for you. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I
at the same
usually
time, you gotta know where you're at.
usually the word justice implies that somewhere along the way you did something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to speak on shit I don't know, but I just know what the word justice means. Somebody did something.
Absolutely.
So if you
Yeah.
don't do anything, there should be no reason for justice, is what I can understand from that. Thus, it's not scary.
Absolutely.